Hey YouTube, it's Amanda. I'm so sorry it's taken me so long to update you guys. It's been 4 to 6 weeks and I'm just a procrastinator. That's one of my weaknesses and downfalls as a person is that I just procrastinate. I do it on text messaging, emailing, videoing. I will say I'm going to make a video and then I put it off and then it just never gets done. So here we are. I'm going to update you really quickly. I want to make this under 10 minutes and I have so much to say, so it's going to be a very big challenge. But basically, I'm 26 and a half weeks pregnant with the twins. Our last appointment was at 24 and a half weeks, which was 2 weeks ago. And the first thing I did when I went in is I drank that lovely orange drink. It was like a Sunkist that wasn't carbonated. And they did all the blood work to check for, I guess, gestational diabetes. And so they did that. And then we went in with Lauren, my friend Lauren, our friend Lauren, who does the ultrasounds. And she did a scan just to kind of check on the babies. And so automatically when she was doing the scans, I noticed that when she scanned, she was measuring baby A's head, it was like at 23 and a half weeks. And then when she measured baby B's head, it was at 25 weeks. So I was like, wow, that's a pretty big difference. Anyway, when she calculated the weight, she said baby A was about 1 pound and 5 ounces and baby B was about 1 pound 13 ounces. And so at that point, and she even went and measured them again to make sure everything was accurate. And basically, her measurement said that the babies are growing at a 23% different rate. And so Dr. Manning, my doctor, said that when they're growing at a 25% different rate, that's when they will send the patient to a specialist to get a further scan to find out, why they might be growing at different rates. She didn't seem that concerned. She said it could be that baby A just needs to play catch up. But she did refer us to a specialist, and so we are going to go see a specialist to kind of see if there's anything else that might be into play, why, or might be going on why they're growing at different rates. But Dr. Manning said that it could be, number one, that baby A just needs to catch up. It could be number two, that they're fraternal twins, so it could be genetics. One just may be bigger than the other. It could be, or it could be number three, where maybe the baby A's placenta is not producing as much, or the blood flow is not as much as what it should be. That's why we're going to go to the specialist to kind of see if that might have anything to do with it. But worst case scenario, Dr. Manning said if for some reason they're not growing, then they would, like later on in the pregnancy, if for some reason baby A just didn't grow from appointment to appointment, then they would just go ahead and deliver them, and they could grow in, a warmer, in an incubator, obviously better than they would be growing, if they're not growing in me. So that's worst case scenario. How blessed are we? I just feel like, I'm just not worried. I'm not worried about this. And I'm not being insensitive or anything, but I just feel like we don't have anything to worry about. That's our problem. We are so blessed. Thank you, Lord, that this is just something minor, And so I'm not worried. I have a really positive outlook. And I'm just like that. A quick story. I haven't even told Kristen this, I don't think. But when I was pregnant with Brady, at the 18-week ultrasound, when I found out I was pregnant with Brady, or when I found out the gender I was having, and they did all the ultrasounds, they could not, or all the scanning of the anatomy, they could not find his diaphragm. And they got us all worried, and they are like, we can't find it. It's probably not developing. They sent us to the specialist in Temple. And when we got there 2 weeks later, when I was 20 weeks, they're like, oh, it's right there. It just hadn't developed at 18 weeks. So, it's just, most of these visits are, and I'm just knocking on wood that it's just going to be a positive outcome. It's going to be, everything's going to be fine. And God will give us what we can handle. And I just think that we're so thankful. That we should be so thankful, and that God's just been so faithful in this journey. So worrying is just a total lack of faith, and I don't have a lack of faith because I know that all is going to work out. So that's how I feel about that. Next, I have a list down here. So if you see me looking down here, that's why. Okay, so anyone who's carried twins, like my feet are swelling, and I did not have this with my other pregnancies at all until after I delivered my baby. So, but my feet are swelling and I have like fat ankles. I can't even see my bones in my feet. Like at night, my shoes don't fit. So I'm like, what can I do? I don't know. I guess it's just part of pregnancy. I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from, but that is definitely like a concern of mine because I don't like the way my ankles look. And then it's, I was going to tell y'all, it's been difficult, like, bending over, like, my belly's getting bigger, so, like, I'm, like, washing the kids up in the bathtub, and I'm, like, having to bend over, and it's getting a lot more, I guess, hard to handle the kiddos, especially, like, having to pick my little one up, and get her dressed, and bathed, and dried off, and, you know, it's getting a lot more difficult to do those day-to-day chores. So anyway, that was just a little tidbit. I'm not complaining because I feel great. But one thing that's different that I did have with my other kids, but it's so much more, are my gums are bleeding. Like when I brush my teeth last night, especially last night, I didn't even do anything different. I have a soft bristle toothbrush, but when I was brushing my teeth, like down here, it just started gushing. And I'm not exaggerating. It was like, just like coming out of my mouth. And I could, like, would close my mouth and I would just like spit like huge, I know this is gross, but it was just pure blood. Like, I felt like I was drinking blood. I wasn't swallowing it, but you know what I mean. So I was just like spitting blood. And for 5 minutes, I could not get it to stop bleeding. And it was just from me brushing my teeth. I hadn't even flossed at that point. It was just me brushing. So that's definitely like different. Like I'm having like major bleeding right here on my tooth or on my gum line down here. Sleeping is off and on. I'll have a good night and then I'll have a bad night. I'll wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and not be able to go back to sleep. But then I'm so exhausted the next night, I'll sleep like all night. So it's off and on. It's not too bad. I'm still having to sleep like in a reclined position, kind of sitting up. But all in all, you know, I feel good. Okay, I'll be there in just a minute. Babies are moving a lot more, and I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a belly shot. So here I am, 26 and a half weeks. There's the belly. Whoop, 26 and a half weeks. And the babies are moving a lot. So they move a lot, and it's been fun to feel them move, and I really can't wait for Kristen and Rudy to feel them. But of course, they didn't want to show off 2 weeks ago whenever Kristen was like holding my belly, and I was like trying to get them to move, but they wouldn't move, you know. So hopefully they'll be able to feel them tomorrow. Tomorrow's our appointment with the specialist, so I'll try to update you guys as soon as we have that appointment in the next couple of days. It's a late appointment tomorrow, so I won't get to update y'all tomorrow probably. But I'll update you soon and let you know how that goes. And that's all I have for now. I'm going to go because my daughter's like, I'm done eating. So I'm going to go get her out of the high chair. But that's a quick update. I have so much more I want to tell y'all, but I'm going to go now. And I will definitely update y'all about the specialists, and just continue to pray for us, you guys. And thank you. See you later, YouTube. Bye.